Would you live in a house where someone cries every night, but no one knows who it is? What if your dream home in New York came with a price no one talked about? They say the walls remember everything. What if they remember pain? This is the story of a family that moved into a house that cries at night, and by the time they heard the sound, it was already too late. When we first moved into the old brownstone on West 146th Street, it felt like a dream. Mom said it was a fresh start. Dad said it was a deal too good to pass up. I was just tired. Tired of switching schools. Tired of pretending every new house would be the house. But this one felt different. It looked like a haunted house. Peeling green paint, ivy-covered bricks, windows that looked like closed eyes. It was the kind of house that should have come with a warning label, but it didn't. Only a dusty set of keys left under the mat and a whisper that followed us inside. The first night I heard it. It wasn't the creak of old floorboards or city noise bleeding through the windows. It was something deeper. It started at 2:11 a.m., low, muffled, like someone sobbing behind a wall. I thought it was Mom at first, but I found her asleep on the couch with the TV still on. Dad? Snoring in the bedroom, oblivious, but the crying kept happening every night. Same time. Sometimes I swear the house shook with each sob, like it was in pain, like it remembered something we didn't. A week later, I couldn't take it anymore. I went to the local library, asked about the house. The librarian looked up like I'd said something forbidden. "That house?" she whispered. "You mean the Riley house?" She pulled out a newspaper from 1978. A family used to live there, just like ours. A mom, a dad, 2 kids. They vanished. One night, all of them disappeared. No signs of a break-in, no blood, no bodies. Just a note found on the fridge. "She cries at night." We should have listened. By the second week, my little brother Ben started sleepwalking. We'd find him standing in front of the basement door, staring, smiling. I asked him what he was doing once. He whispered, "She wants me to come down. She says it's warm there." There was no she in our house, except for Mom. And Mom was starting to change, too. She'd stare at the walls for hours, like she could hear them speak. Sometimes she'd cry, too, but not like herself. Her cries matched the ones I'd been hearing at 2:11 a.m. Exactly. We weren't allowed in the basement, not because it was dangerous, but because the door wouldn't open. We tried everything, keys, force, even called a locksmith. He looked pale after trying, said the lock wasn't jammed. "It's like the house doesn't want it open," he said before leaving. But one night at 2:11 a.m., I found a door wide open, stairs going down, pitch dark, and I heard her, the woman, crying. Only this time, she said my name over and over, soft, broken, desperate. "Emily, please, don't let it take him." Ben was gone, his bed empty. I went into the basement. With nothing but a flashlight and a voice recorder, each step creaked like bones. The crying got louder, but so did something else. Laughter, low, sick, wrong. I found Ben standing in front of a wall, his hands bleeding from scratching it. The wall wasn't brick anymore. It was flesh, pale, pulsing. And then it opened its eyes. "She's trapped inside," Ben whispered. "The house ate her. Now it's hungry again." We left that night, grabbed Mom, ran, never looked back. We didn't even lock the door. But I still hear the house, even in this new apartment, at 2:11 a.m., faintly, like it's crying for me, calling me home. Because that house doesn't forget. and it doesn't forgive. It only waits for someone else to move in, someone else who doesn't know that the house cries at night, and if you hear it, it's already too late. The house is still there, but something's changed since you heard this story. It knows your name now. It heard you listening, and tonight, when your house is quiet and the clock hits 2:11 a.m., listen carefully. If you hear crying, don't open your eyes, because what's waiting in the dark might be crying for you.